talking about how Dogma, when it came out that opening weekend, it felt like that's just not a movie that could happen.
Sure.
We're like, how can you put this in a movie? And just how exciting and electric. And I know a friend of the show, Perry, over here, this is his first time seeing. He's a lot younger than us. But if you could imagine what it was like in 1999, it's like movies like this just simply did not really exist. And like, I think Jesus Christ Superstar is like probably something where it's like, you just don't think something like that could happen.
Well, for the youth culture at the time, like, it's 69 to 72 or whatever, like rock and roll was like the new voice of like, and for us, for our generation in the late 90s, it was comedy. Like that was like, the birth of like Adam Sandler, the MTV kind of like, that was, so it's the same thing. It's like literally using like the most popular form of like a culture at the time to ask the question in good faith.
Exactly.
Why do you say movies like this didn't exist?
Well, I mean, it felt so out there. It just felt so like insane that you could make a movie that was both exploring religion in this way, but also making fun of certain aspects of it. And it just was so irreverent. Jay and Silent Bob were just so, I mean, they were amped up so much to like 11 on this movie from anything we had seen them before. And I don't think there were any other like comedy teams that were kind of making jokes and all the sex stuff like it was at the time. I mean, do you disagree with that?
Yeah, I always disagree with everything you say. So, I mean, the first thing that I thought of was, and kind of piggybacking on what you're saying, was Last Temptation of Christ, Scorsese, 87-ish, right? And that was the same type of backlash against, Martin Scorsese and Defoe, and like, how could you portray religion in this way, and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, a totally different tone.
Sure, exactly.
But, I mean, the 90s, and I think, what was this, 2099? So, like, you're in the golden age of American independent cinema, right? So, everyone's taking chances, whether it's religion or something else. So maybe specifically I hear what you're saying, but I think in a general sense I don't.
I think this was a lot broader, though. Like, I think everybody was out at the movie theater watching this. I don't think your friends were all going out to see Last Temptation of Christ, getting drunk and like.
I don't think everyone went out to see this, though. I mean, it got
my friends certainly were.
Yeah, well, because it's rated R. But this was pop culture, and it is sincere. I think that's one of the things that makes it like kind of stand out from other things around that time. This was the birth of like when slacker stoner comedies started saying, "Hey, we're real people." Like you got people like Kevin Smith who made this movie, and he legitimized the genre and the generation by like how well articulated he was, how like thoughtful he was, and how interesting he was, which we weren't used to in stoner comedies. And you got Adam Sandler on the other side, who's humanizing the slobs versus the snobs kind of genre. He's humanizing it in a way, you know what I mean? It was kind of a weird time of changing of how do I put it? Authenticating that genre. So I think that maybe that's what was like so exciting about it at the time. It's like, here's an R-rated stoner comedy that actually is about